Are you constantly diagnosing your children with your other mom friends? I know I do sometimes. However, I started using ZocDoc. ZocDoc helps you find expert doctors and medical professionals that specialize in the care you need and deliver the type of experience you want. Sometimes as a mom, I can't always get to the doctor's office or to the pediatrician. However, with ZocDoc, I can do telehealth, which is a great service. ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient-reviewed, take your insurance, are available when you need them, and treat almost every condition under the sun. There's nothing worse than going to a doctor's appointment expecting to be the center of attention. Then your doctor seems like they have better things to do and better places to be. Millions of people use ZocDoc's free app to find and book a doctor in their neighborhood who is patient-reviewed and fits their needs and schedule just right. Lessen the burden and let ZocDoc do its job. Use their free app that millions of users rely on. You can find the right doctor that meets your needs and fits your schedule. Book an appointment with a few taps in their app and start feeling better, faster with ZocDoc. Go to ZocDoc.com/think and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/think. ZocDoc.com/think.
Okay, so I pulled up some questions from my dad's page. And I just want to say that I really think that it's really cool that you guys really be asking him questions. What would you do if you found out the person you were dating for 7 months has a 5-month-old son?
You've been dating him for 7 months. The child is 5 months old. So that child wait a minute, what's the math on that? Does that mean?
That means that the baby baby came while you guys were dating.
While you were dating.
Yeah.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that he cheated.
No, it doesn't.
That just means that he had a baby.
He was with a previous woman. The woman had a baby.
I know you guys aren't asking me, but okay. I think that it's strange for me and you to be dating for 7 months, and now I just found out that you have a 5-month-old son. Because, okay, think about it. When you guys were dating 7 to, I get maybe in the beginning it might have been hard to say, hey, I have a kid. But 5 months and we're 7 months in, you could have figured it out at some point how to say, I have a kid.
Yeah.
Because I feel like with this, I have so many more questions.
Yes, right.
Where was he when he was seeing the baby? Like, does he have a relationship with the baby? Where is the baby mama?
Right.
Where does the baby live? Look,
right.
I have so many more questions. But my initial first surface level thought would be, there is a lot of concern because there's a lack of transparency, and if you can hide a whole kid, then in my head you can hide everything and anything.
Well, no, it depends on it. Let's say if he's in LA and the kid's in Seattle, there's not.
Still, that should have been easier for you to say, hey, I had a baby that lives in Seattle.
Well, okay, all right, fair enough. Maybe he was trying to get the relationship to where he was comfortable with you.
7 months in.
No, but you understand.
Well, I guess now it's 7 months he's told her.
But see, if let's say I was dating and I had a little child. Mm-hmm. I'm not telling this person about my child or introducing them to my child until I'm really comfortable with our relationship.
Yeah, but you should still tell somebody that you have a child.
Okay.
You don't think so?
Yeah, well,
Okay, I think I just don't like this question because I had a nightmare the other day that this girl knocked on my door and was holding the baby and ran away. And I looked at Zach and he looked at me and I think I woke up and was like, does he have a random baby out there?
Well, let's do a 23andMe.
I should.
Well, you should.
Oh no, he's done one.
Should have do one once a year. Not every 6 months, but
let's just see if all of a sudden there's something new inside of you.
Right.
I'm done. Okay. You're crazy. How old are you, Dad? You're coming up with a lie.
Well, if you go online, I'm only 48.
Oh my God.
But I'm actually 62. No, I'm 62. I'm not online anymore. I don't want my wife seeing this and then tripping out. No. Yeah, I'm 62 years old, but I feel good at 62.
You look good.
Let me tell you something. I lose a little bit more of this belly. I don't know if you guys noticed, but if you look at any stuff a year ago, I was nice and thin. I was in shape. Now, I don't know. I picked up some weight, so I'm trying to drop it back off now.
A year ago, I was the biggest I've ever been in my life.
Oh, she was old.
Oh my God.
Well on the beach.
Oh my God.
Well on the beach. Go look at her videos from.
Shut up, Dad.
She was so big, but this was right after you had the baby, though.
Yeah, and it was like.
Oh, the last family reunion.
Oh, big as hell.
Not the family reunion now. The last
one, I was so big. I watched the clip the other day, and I felt like my tits were hitting my chin, and my chin
they was coming all out the sides. I was like, oh, my baby's she's a big girl right now. Sorry, look. Everybody put in. Look, I got to put my work in. Everybody put their work in. Okay, let's have a nice, good fit, thin. Do your best. 2023.
How do you do with a mother-in-law who clearly doesn't care about me and is not seeing her 10-month-old grandson either? She video calls, but she only lives 2 hours away and has a car.
Okay, so 2 hours away, 2.5 hours away, right? Mm-hmm. I remember seeing this one. 2.5 hours away for a grandmother is a little bit more, it's a different drive than for a young person.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, see, here's the deal. You're complaining.
Eh?
She's complaining. Right? 10-month-old, haven't seen him. Video calls every day. Or not every day, video calls.
I think because she video calls, that shows that she definitely wants a relationship.
Yes.
So take that positive.
And get your ass in the car and drive to her house.
But then again, she just had a baby. Why is it my responsibility?
10 months is not just having a baby.
Yes, it is.
No.
Why is it my responsibility to have to go and show my baby to you?
Okay, so I understand what you're saying, okay? But if you want the relationship...
Where's your husband or your partner?
That's true.
Why aren't they driving and saying, you be a passenger princess, put the baby in the back seat, we can go see my mom?
Yeah. Here's the one thing, though, too, is every mother always thinks that their baby is super special. Mm-hmm. Okay? Like, her kids are super special to her.
Yeah.
To me, they're just special.
But they're extra special to me.
For her, they're extra special. So the mother is thinking her child is extra special. Everybody should do extra to come see her child. And I understand that mentality. Okay? But also understand, I don't know how the grandmother is or the mother-in-law.
Yeah.
And don't say
she's
that.
Older.
And don't say, and see, you already threw me when you're talking about doesn't have anything to do with us, but then FaceTimes all the time.
Yeah, because if she didn't want to deal with you, she
wouldn't
wouldn't
even
video
FaceTime.
call.
Okay, she wouldn't be doing anything. You don't know her situation, but I think that if you want to get over this, first stop thinking that she's not trying to participate, because she is.
Yeah.
Okay? There's some girls that don't FaceTime. They don't do anything. Hi, help, shit, nothing.
Yeah.
Okay? You don't have that. So don't over dramatize it. All right? Keep it real. One day, you and your guy get in the car, go to your mother-in-law's house. Look at the smile on her face. Now, after that, all you can do is invite her. When you have the 1-year birthday, invite her. Okay? You can't have the birthday party at her house, so she's going to have to do that 2.5 hour drive. But also understand that a 2.5 hour drive for an older person is not the same for you young bunnies.
Young bunnies. Now we're young bunnies, y'all.
Yeah. Better be glad you're young bunnies, yeah.
Okay.
Don't misunderstand.
I'm scared to ask this question. I actually am not scared.
Okay. Let's keep it real.
Dating outside your race. Good or bad idea?
So if you want to work there is a religion. Oh, I wish I could name it. I wish I could say it. I want to say it's the Baha'is. I'm probably saying it wrong. They advocate mixed relations, marriages.
It's a religion that does it?
It's a religion.
Okay.
It is a cross between Judaism, Christianity, and Islam.
And why do they do that?
Because they think that if you take all the people, the melting pot of people, and you get them to intermingle and intermarriage,
then are we not going to have race issues?
Exactly.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Okay.
I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, and I wish I could remember the name of the religion. I think it's Baha'i, something like that. So, yes, I think it's a positive, particularly being here in America where we are a minority and, historically treated like a minority, which is not always favorable. Okay? It'd be a lot easier if well, let's put it like this. From where my grandparents were, it's been easier on me. From where I am, it's been easier, and hopefully the riders even easier. But I think it's because you bring the melting pot of people together, and you get rid of all the things that separate us. Okay? So yes, I'm in.
Did you see that picture? I might be saying it wrong. I'm sure you guys will correct me. But there was this picture of these basketball players. Let's say there were 10 basketball players in the picture, and all the black guys had white girls, and then the white guy had the black girl. The comments under that post, I thought I'd get my ass chewed. It was so rough, and I'm just like...
So there's another aspect of that question, and it does have to do with, and a lot of times, and I don't know if this is stereotype or if actually the numbers show it. I think it's more stereotype.
You're too far.
But I think it has to do with when black men or minorities, because it happens in the Latino community also, once they become successful, then they end up going after a white wife. And again, I don't know if the numbers actually show that or if it's more a stereotypical deal. And that, just to, without explaining it, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that mentality.
Okay.
Okay? Because there's nothing right about being white. That doesn't mean I'm anti-white. Don't misinterpret. But you can find a beautiful sister in every color. Okay? That mentality is one that's kind of, it's part of the whole marketing of segregation of, no, I'm not gonna, that's not explaining it right. In this country, there's always been race issues, and there's always kind of a divide and conquer thing, and it's always been putting one group, the lighter color, as the more superior, smarter, clever, more wealthy, I'm not saying it's right, but that's the way it's been. So what happens when people start to get a little better in their situation, they don't understand the marketing that they've been hit with their whole life. So they end up going to the lightest denomination that they can.
Yeah.
Okay? And it probably takes a little more explanation. I hope that what I said doesn't get twisted into the wrong words, but and if it does, then we'll elaborate it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But in general, I think the mixing of the races is great. Okay? But if you're mixing just because you're misunderstood or you've been marketed wrong, then I think you're confused.
Yeah.
Okay.
So another relationship question. And I've been in a relationship for 8 years, ups and downs. We're still together.
Okay.
No ring in all caps.
Oh, okay, got it.
Is that commitment ever coming?
Okay, so I've said this before too. Women, you have to put the guys. You have to put his. You have to force the issue.
Do we have to apply pressure?
You have to apply pressure. Yeah. And here's the deal. He'll probably marry you in a heartbeat, but he's not gonna ask you. I would have never. Look, I married Margaret. I would have never asked her to marry me. I would have lived with her forever. Okay, even with Teresa, I would have lived with her forever. But what happened is they both ended up putting an ultimatum to me. Look, either we doing this or we're done.
Yeah.
Okay. And I feel like I'm not that out of the norm. Men are content. Good meal, roof over the head, good money, good sex. We're cool.
You're not racing to go buy a ring.
Yeah, we're cool. I mean, going to buy a ring is not on the top of our list. Getting married is not on the top of our list. Now, there are some guys, the good guys, the really good Christian or the very devout Jews or whoever, that is part of the way they live. But you take the average guy, let's just be happy. I'm cool with everything. You cool? We live together. We cool.
I hate the way guys think.
Well, I'm just telling you, and I'm just being honest. But here's the deal. I would not have... You see what happened when Mario put the pressure? I said, well, then let's do it. Yeah. When Teresa put the pressure, then okay, let's do it. And that's what I'd say. As a woman, you almost have to be the one that puts the pressure.
Yeah.
Okay?
I agree.
And I think that, look, invite us to your wedding.
We want to come.
Yeah, we want to come. I love celebrations.
We love weddings.
So, have a conversation with him. And it's not like an ultimatum, but it's like, hey, look.
It's 8 years.
It's 8 years.
What are we doing?
Right.
Because I'm not going to wait another 8 years.
Exactly.
So what are we doing?
Exactly. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Okay?
You get a lot of relationship questions, Dad.
All the ups and downs, that's part of the road, too. Okay?
You get a lot of relationship questions.
Let me say one thing about the ups and downs, though. And this is, I've said this before. When you guys are in a relationship and you're getting into battles, you're getting fights. You got to remember how you win the fight. The fight is not to, the big battle is not to win the fight. The big battle is to settle the fight. Okay? You're arguing about whether, this, you want to buy something like that. I don't know, whatever the fight is. The winner is not whoever gets their way. The winner is when you settle it, when it's not a fight anymore. Too many people get caught up in trying to win the battle, getting the last word in, and that's not it. That's small thinking. That's small picture. Okay? The big picture is that everybody's happy, that everybody's cool, that we go back to smiling days, touchy-feely on each other, and, cuddling up and all that. All right? So just keep that in mind, guys.
So this is like a follow-up almost.
Okay.
How to stay motivated in a marriage that isn't happy.
Well, if it's not happy, you got to figure out what's not happy about it. Sometimes people just outgrow each other. Sometimes one person has an idea of what success is or is more motivated than the other. For example, if you are one that wants to make enough money where you can buy vacations, get a new car every so many years, and the other person is more of, I'm content with just having a happy family in our little cottage of a home, Well, you're on different planes, okay? Maybe you didn't foresee that when you got married 5, 10, whatever many years ago, okay? But this is the way it's turned out to be. Well, it might be time to, and I'm not very comfortable saying this, but the reality of it is it might be time to end the relationship. Sometimes relationships just run their course. And I don't want to use the term divorce because there's a negative connotation in there. But maybe it's just time to end it. If your motivation is vacations, new car, boom, 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 and his motivation is, I'm going to do a real different dichotomy? I don't know if that's the right word. Spiritual growth, family oriented.
You're on two different planes.
Yeah, two different planes. Okay? So it's okay to go your different ways.
Yeah.
What's not okay is to go your different ways in anger and in resentment. Okay? If you've been in love for so many years and all of a sudden it's just, and if you're in an unhappy marriage, you have one or two choices. You can either fight for the marriage, which means figure out what's making you unhappy, them unhappy.
Which could be done through therapy.
Yes.
And therapy, there's so many different ways you can get therapy now without having to pay, whether it's through your church, through online organizations, there's hotlines you can call now. There's so many ways that you can get therapy that I feel like there's just no excuse.
Through one-on-one conversation.
Yeah.
Sit up there and go to dinner and say, hey, look, we're going to go to dinner, but I got some heavy stuff to talk about.
Yeah. But I feel like if you're going to fight for your marriage, then that has to be a conversation between both of you, because you can't fight for a marriage if the other person isn't fighting with you. Right.
It's got to be a two-way.
Yeah.
I'm going to share this. It's not bad. I always think about things when I'm going to say something about my ex-wife, which is her mother, because I know it's sensitive stuff.
Watch out, because she watches the show.
I know. But I think this is fair. And it has to do with what we're talking about now. Like when me and Sam broke up, I think, she may describe it differently, but I just think we ran the course of our relationship. Mm-hmm. And at one point, I was still willing to fight for the marriage or the relationship, but she wasn't. She had a different agenda. So, this got to that point.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just have to accept that. I only say this because I'm not telling you something that I haven't lived through. So.
I get what you mean.
Yeah, okay.
Are you constantly diagnosing your children with your other mom friends? I know I do sometimes. However, I started using ZocDoc. ZocDoc helps you find expert doctors and medical professionals that specialize in the care you need and deliver the type of experience you want. Sometimes as a mom, I can't always get to the doctor's office or to the pediatrician. However, with ZocDoc, I can do telehealth, which is a great service. ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient-reviewed, take your insurance, are available when you need them, and treat almost every condition under the sun. There's nothing worse than going to a doctor's appointment expecting to be the center of attention. Then your doctor seems like they have better things to do and better places to be. Millions of people use ZocDoc's free app to find and book a doctor in their neighborhood who is patient-reviewed and fits their needs and schedule just right. Lessen the burden and let ZocDoc do its job. Use their free app that millions of users rely on. You can find the right doctor that meets your needs and fits your schedule. Book an appointment with a few taps in their app and start feeling better, faster with ZocDoc. Go to ZocDoc.com/think and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/think. ZocDoc.com/think.
Okay, so this is a not fun one, but funner than what we've been talking about. What is Shy's best quality and what is ours best quality?
Shy's best quality, I would say, is that she has a certain amount of work ethic tenacity. Okay? So, this is what I mean. Both me and Shy are different type of learners. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Yes. We both rode the slow bus.
Yes. But what it's done is it's given us a tenacity, our tenacity to succeed means we need to put the work in. Yeah. We realize that and we do it. Okay? Bingo. Kyle's best attribute is Kyle's vision, which is bigger than both me and Cheyenne's. Mm-hmm. Like sometimes I say Kyle she's either going to be a multimillionaire or she's going to be broke.
Or I say she's either going to be a multimillionaire or she's just going to continue to make other people multimillionaires.
It might be true too.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
She has the best ideas. It's the follow up and the follow through. And it's telling somebody else her best idea. And then I turn around and they now have her best idea.
Yeah.
And she's like, I gotta do another idea.
Yeah.
I gotta go over here.
Yeah. Kyle is very flowy. Mm-hmm. Okay, she flows through.
Have you seen the new Avatar?
I haven't.
Okay, never mind. You gotta see the new Avatar. I keep telling everybody she's in the Avatar. Okay,
I've heard.
Zach looked at me. It was all of a 2-second scene. He said, "Look at your sister," okay. And she was in the fetal position. Naked on the grass, just feeling the grass. The butterflies were flowing.
Yeah. Kyle's very much a flower child.
I was like, there's Kyle.
She's a flower child. So,
Oh, every scene we were like, there's Kyle talking to the goddamn jellyfish. There's Kyle over here. Y'all, that is my sister in that movie. Now, here's another Kyle question. Are you ready for Kyle and Mez to get married?
It's not on my time frame. I think that they are taking a shot at it. I think that they're married. They are actually living a married life right now.
They are.
Okay? They're in an apartment. Kyle made the commitment. She's moving to D.C. There was some wrinkles. She hung in there. When other people were saying, Kyle, bring your ass back home, probably including me. Okay? Bring it back home. But she said, you know what? I'm going to stick it out. And when she said that, I said, Kyle, I'm with you. I'm going to back you whatever you and Mez are trying to do. Okay? Because I think that with 2 kids, they've got 2 kids in. They're 2 kids deep.
Yeah.
Okay? So I think that they should try to stick it out. Now, I don't care about the signed piece of paper, the state sanctioning a marriage. I don't care what the Holy Ghost says or any of that stuff. They're living a married life now. I just hope that they continue to do it. And one day I'd like to do a actual formal celebration where there's a ring and a minister and boom, boom, boom. Okay? Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Okay, Dad, if you had to relocate to another state, what state would you pick?
I don't know because I haven't been in enough states yet. I don't know what Montana, Idaho, I don't know what New York, Jersey,
You've never been to New York?
I've been these places.
Oh, okay.
But in terms of living,
I would not live in New York.
I'm pretty resigned on keeping my ass right here in California or getting out of the United States altogether. Here's my dream. Is to go and set up a little cantina in some parts of Mexico that's not too far from where we are. You know, not a 6-hour drive, a 6-hour flight. You know, it's more like a 2-hour flight or 3-hour flight or maybe even an 8-hour drive.
Yeah.
A little cantina out on the coast. I don't have to work every day. Serve good food, good beer, barbecue out there, get the tourists coming through. You know,
He's always talked
something
about
big
that.
enough that when you and Zach and the kids want to come, Kyle and Maz want to come, here, I got space, let's go. I got to, because when you're not here, I rent it out. You know, that's my idea. That's my dream. So to relocate in the United States, the thing is, whatever I have here in California, going to another state, I'm not going to have. I may have a little bit lower taxes, but the bias, you got to understand, California is probably the least prejudiced state of the 48 upper or 50 altogether, however many you count. Maybe with the exception of Alaska, might be different. But we got the best weather. We got the best economy. It's
Weather for
expensive
sure.
here. Yeah, weather for sure. Economy for sure. I mean, California's 5th largest economy in the world.
It's just expensive. Like,
is
the cost of
expensive.
living is expensive.
Yeah, but I've been born and raised in it, so it's no big deal.
So it's not a thing to us. But other people who come here, they're like, it costs that to do that and this to do that. I'm like, yeah, that's what it is.
I mean, what I'm gonna do? Trade the weather? I'm gonna pay less taxes so I can go freeze my ass off in Texas. Come on, I'm not doing that. Yeah.
Okay, last one.
Certainly not moving along out no Alabama, Mississippi.
Gotta go. Do you ever worry that Cheyenne and Zach might become materialistic?
Oh, you guys haven't been watching. They're already materialistic.
I was gonna say.
Who,
Y'all don't know that we're already materialistic.
Right. That's already a done deal. Look,
But it's not new. I feel like I've always liked nice things. I've always wanted the purse. I've always wanted the shoes. I've always wanted the diamond bracelet that he said, why are you getting the diamond bracelet? I don't feel like for me personally, I can speak for me. I've always liked these things. I've always wanted these things. I think for other people, it might look like it's a new habit, but that's just because I wouldn't show it. And I think now it's seen more where it's like, okay, let me pull back again. But I feel like it's not a new thing for me.
So I'd probably say, I don't know Corey and Taylor as well. I'm going to use the young people that I know. I'm going to use Corey and Taylor. I'm going to use Kyle and Maz. I'm going to use Zach and Shy. Kyle is probably the least materialistic. Everybody else is keeping up with the Joneses. Except I'm going to take Corey and Taylor out because I don't know them by habit.
They're not.
And I don't see a whole lot of flash with them.
Zach and I are the flashiest out of everybody.
Mez is flashy too, though.
Mez is designer down, head to toe,
so
hat to socks.
Yeah, that's something that keeping up with the Joneses. Look, in my opinion, is straight silliness. You're getting played. Okay, for the money you're spending on a bag, you're getting played. For the money you're spending on a hat, don't
purses are the best investment that you can make.
Okay, see, they're playing her.
No, they're not. Look it up. Google it.
You're saying
the investment that you can make from a designer bag, a custom, like a good one, not a bag that, not the same Louis that everybody's getting, but the one that they brought from the back.
We can revisit this when you tell me about you selling a bag for more than you purchased the bag.
Well, you have to wait. The bag needs to get some time and some years on it. It's the same thing with watches.
That's fine.
It's the same thing if you go and buy a Rolex from the Rolex store right now. Say you get a chocolate face with a rose gold, date just or whatever like that. You take it to a jeweler. The same watch that Zach has right now, if he sold it, he's making a killing off of it.
Okay.
Once you sell it. But you have to hold on to it, and keep it nice before you resell it.
And I understand that. Once you make a killing off of one of these things,
I never said I was ready to sell anything.
Okay. Well, see, then that theory goes out the window.
No, it doesn't though. It really doesn't.
Well, you have to show me first. You have to show me the sale.
Google it.
And say, Kyle, Dad, I just made $15,000 off of this.
But we have to wait. We have to wait.
Then wait it out. I'll still be around.
Oh, yeah.
But to answer your question, they're wrapped up in keeping up with the Joneses. What's the newest drink? What's the newest fashion? What's the newest shoes? What's the newest this? Do you guys remember that picture? Do you remember the picture? I wish I could post it.
What?
With Corey and and Zach in the same little furry
Dad,
shoes.
stop.
I'm like, you know what? Come on, everybody's into the. So, flash round.
I think I did them all. So so at the end of our episodes, we always share WTF. So what the fuck moment that happened that week, or whenever.
All right.
Or you can give advice. So you can pick whatever you want to do.
Okay, I will. I don't really have too many WTF moments. I mean, I just don't. Life is cool.
Okay.
So I will give advice.
Okay.
I would say there's a philosophy or a mantra that I've tried to teach my kids. I don't think they have it yet. I have it. It took me years to get it, though. You know what it is? It's not a problem unless you make it one.
Yes.
Okay? You can apply that to everything. From death to taxes, to relationships, to how your child reacts to you when you try to give them advice. Okay? It's not a problem unless you make it one. And it's simply the underlining issue, the underlining thought of it is stop and think about it. And really, this is the nature of living. And this is what we do. It's not a problem. Bill comes in, okay, it's not a problem. Pay the bill. Can't pay the bill? Okay, what's the worst case scenario? Even in death. Death is part of the cycle. Okay? You got some terminal illness. It's just the way it goes. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It is, the spirit still exists. So, the body goes ashes to ashes, but the spirit's still there. Okay? The memory of the person's still there. If the memory's still there, then the person's still there. And on and on. You can just take that and extrapolate as long as you want. I could extrapolate on that. It's not a problem unless you make it one as long as you want to. You tell me the situation, and I'll tell you it's not a problem. And I'll tell you why it's not a problem.
So I guess I'm going to say, I don't know if it's more so advice or a statement, but my thing that I've been learning right now is that sometimes it is not on my timing, and I get reality checked real quick that it's God's timing. And I feel like God's timing always plays a role in my life where I think I'm ready to go. I'm ready to press go. I'm ready to do the next thing. And then as soon as I'm seconds away from pressing go, God is like, hold on, slow down, reevaluate, think about what you're doing. Maybe let me throw a wrench in here or there. And in the long run, if I listen and if I am patient, it works out better. Whereas if I just want a quick response, a quick dollar, a quick job, I play myself in the end. And I feel like right now I'm going through that of really sitting back and trying to focus and pray and listen and meditate on what I'm doing with intention. And I feel like I've talked about this last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, that I really this year want to focus on organizing my life and really have clear intentions of things I'm doing, things that I stand behind, things that I'm doing within social media, things I'm putting my energy behind. And I feel like I'm still going through that. So that's my update.
Okay. I just want to ask you something real quick. Let's think about it. I was listening to what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So on the way here, I just did a quick post, the story post.
Uh-huh.
And I said, I'm going to answer questions, but I said, I have a question for you, the listeners. And I said, give me 3 things that you want more of.
Okay.
And the priority of the 3 things, why or what they would mean to your life.
Okay.
So I know it's kind of on the spot.
I want more organization. I don't know if this is, I can't put them in order, but I feel like I've been talking about getting organized for so long. And I want to do things in my life with more intention. I want to post with intention. You know what I mean? I want to be able to not put out a bunch of BS everywhere and be spread thin everywhere. Okay. And be a jack of all trades and not a master in one.
Okay.
So I feel like that's what I mean by intention.
What is it? If you focused your intention, what would it be on?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay. All right.
I feel like I've been working through that in the past few weeks of figuring out, or the past year of what is that for me.
And let me just say this to the listening audience. I like what you're saying. And focusing on your intention is something that we all need to do, because what do you want to do? You want to be spiritually stronger. You want to be economically stronger. You want to have a better work ethic. You want to take care of your family more so. I mean, what do you want to do? I think if you
and
do
I feel
focus,
like that's what I'm trying to figure out is like, where do I want to put my energy? And I want to put it with intention. Like, I want to put my energy with intention to those things. So that has been like my goal. Nice. And my third, what was the question again?
3 things that you want more of, and either why do you want more, or how would they affect your life?
I guess my third would be time, like settled time. So I feel like my problem before when we lived in the old house was I didn't have a space to separate work from home. And I was just constantly like, I'm working. I'm not putting my phone down. I'm working. And I feel like my time, I didn't really give enough time in my head to the kids or to Zach or to myself. And I feel like now that we moved, this space that we're in now is my office space. When I walk out of this space, I want to give my time to my kids. I want to give my time to myself. I want to have a self-care routine. I want to make time to have a therapy session. I want to have time to sit and not deal with any of them. But at the same time, I'm on grind mode. I'm trying to hustle. I'm trying to pay this house off. I want to travel. I want to get another house. So I think for me, I'm really trying to focus on prioritizing my time throughout the day, making sure that when Ryder goes to school, I'm not coming home and getting back in the bed. Yeah. I'm coming down here and I'm putting in my 9 hours, my 11 hours. And when I go pick up Ryder from school, I want to make sure that I'm focusing my time on homework time, making dinner, and getting off my phone, and then focusing on that. We're still in like newlywed time. We still have to build the foundation to have a strong marriage. Are we putting time into that? Yeah. Are we prioritizing that? Yeah. Or are we just focused on making money and spending money?
All right. I like that. I think time, I like the other ones, but time is kind of outstanding. And let me just say this for folks that are listening, particularly young folks that ask things like, I'm at 32 or I'm 28, how can I do this, blah, blah, blah. It's all about time management. Yeah. And how you dedicate yourself to time. And that's part of why I say stop smoking the weed, because you lose too much time. Okay, you really do. If you took those hours that you were buzzed and, the come down and the come back up and all that, all this time, the amount of things that you can get done in terms of working into your relationship or working into your career or working into your profession or working into your spiritual growth or working into your relationships, working to making more financial, better decisions. If you spent that time away from the TV, off the iPad or whatever, then this is so much more that you get accomplished. So I think time is an outstanding answer.
I think time is it.
I mean, focus and your intention. So you guys,
it's like focusing the time with intention.
Yes. All the times. Like I have a list. I'm old school, so I still have a list to do written down, and I cross things out. I know when I put HBO down and I don't deal with the basketball games, and I get so many more things done. It's just like cross off, because I got in time to adjust my crypto. I got in time to look at my vacation schedule. I got in time to, do whatever. So time management is a monster. Mm-hmm. All right, let's get out of here.
All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning into the Think Loud crew. You can follow us at Think Loud on any of our social medias, YouTube, Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. Make sure that you follow us on all of your podcast platforms. And you can follow me, as always, at Shy Not Shy.
And you can follow me at Pretty Boy Floyd 3.
And let us know what you guys think. Give us feedback if you think Papa Floyd should start his podcast, Dear Papa Floyd, or I was thinking like Dear like K and C, or like
give us your ideas, give us your input.
I really feel like he deserves a podcast platform. Let me know what you guys think, or if you think that we should do around 2 or 3 of this. I don't know if this episode's gonna be broken up into 2 parts because we talked for a really long time or what, but just give us some feedback, give us some input. And as always, I love you guys and thank you for your support and just following along this journey. And don't forget to tell your crew about our crew.
Yeah, tell your crew about our crew. Yeah, I like that.